And she go down like Jaws. To know me is to know my flaws.
All right, hotline. Who am I speaking
What's
with?
going on, young? This is N2D.
Hey, Auntie Deep, how you doing?
Being non-negotiable as hell.
Well, tell me, what's some of your non-negotiables? What you got going on?
My biggest thing is communication. I am an overtalker, and I get it. And so I'm learning to calm a lot of that stuff down. And I think that turns off a lot of people when it comes to certain situations. But, that is what it is. I have to learn the 80-20 rule, which is 80% listening and 20% asking more questions to understand. So just to answer your question, what my non-negotiables are would be someone who doesn't communicate my questions back effectively.
Okay.
And then, standard practice of like what Plug was saying about I meet a lot of people that do social media, unfortunately, and a lot of the women that I deal with typically are single. And so, I don't mix business with pleasure. I learned that a long time ago. So I don't really look at people who do social media for any kind of relationship, but I do find the women I would find attractive as soon as they say certain things. I'm like, my non-negotiable won't fit your non-negotiable, and we won't be negotiable together. So it kind of, I look at it differently, especially I focus on my craft and my business. If I were to meet someone, they would have to be able to understand what I do and want to fit within that realm. And typically when you're dealing with a career modern woman, let's say, because I wouldn't want to deal with somebody who doesn't have anything going for them as well. If it doesn't mix, if it doesn't gel, your schedule, my schedule, we will never meet in the middle in the first place. So, and also I don't like anybody talking about me online. And that's another non-negotiable. That's why I put NDA and prenup, because they go hand in hand these days. Because people will talk about you. And so if you want to talk about me, it's going to cost you. So I have more of a business mind, and I think that turns a lot of women off.
Okay.
So I guess that was. So I look at everything as what's the repercussions, what's the financial blow of cost. I think Classic talked about that in one of the videos I was talking about, knowing your warm and cold market. And I think that goes along the same way as dating. I put some stuff on there too as well about that. But I think what a lot of people are having a problem with, especially if you pay attention to social media, the biggest thing that you're going to get is you're seeing women be able to do the sprinkle, right? And they don't think men are listening, right? But men listen. That's one thing we do. We might not listen to you when we're in a relationship, but we're listening to you. We just don't allow you to think we're listening to you. And then you over talk, and we're sitting back, okay. And one thing about a man, ladies, if you really want to keep a man, remember he won't forget. He will not forget. He might forgive you. He might allow you to get away with it. But once you hit his boiling point, it's a wrap for you. And to answer the question you asked, Plug, about if you were friends first and then become into a relationship, I don't go backwards. So if we start messing around and taking it outside of the friendship, going back to that friendship is going to be very difficult. So I don't even mess with it. So either I'm going to keep you as a friend and have that, what do they call it? That, what's it called? That pre-foreplay mindset where you're just flirting with each other and you don't take it any further. I'd rather keep that going than to overstep that and ruin a good relationship or a friendship in that case.
Do you think, now let me ask you this, do you think it's possible if you're consistently flirting and in that type of space but not moving forward, do you think it's possible to keep feelings at bay at that point?
At my age, yes, because I know what happens.
Okay.
I think once you get older, you don't have those impulses like you did when you were younger.
Mhm.
Like, I don't do what I did when I was 30. I don't do what I did when I was 40. I'm 50 now, so my 50-year-old self would kick my 40-year self ass, you know, and vice versa all the way down till I meet myself at 18. I wouldn't even like myself at 18, let alone anybody liking me then. So the adage, as you get older, the thickness of the skin, the thickness of the head, the
Mhm.
thickness of your brain cells, the way you choose things, your dating regimen, if you make it this far and stay single and gone through life like I have, I'm not saying my way is the best way. I chose to be single. I choose not to allow my non-negotiables to be mended or bended. So I used to bend those non-negotiables, got hurt, bumped my head, and said, you know what? I'm not gonna ride that ride anymore. So I think that's what happens. You can call me cynical. You can call me a grumpy old man. All I know is this: I'm gonna retire and have my medical care taken care of, because I've been taking care of it my whole entire life, saving up for someone to wipe my ass.
I get that. Let me ask you one more question before I let you go.
Sure.
So you said so there's none of your non-negotiables that are bendable at all, period.
At all. It keeps me single, of course.
Of course.
And I do that on purpose.
Okay. Now there's two, I don't know if you've been watching the chat, but there's two comments in the chat. Uncle Plug said, "You're just an intellectual and in too deep. It's all good. Tell him to keep up. Souls and Teds go through the same thing."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I watch the content. The RSD has an eclectic understanding, and I found my tribe. You know what I'm saying? I found my tribe of gentlemen that I can sharpen iron with, you know? And when I go through you guys' content, I'm like, oh, okay, I see where he's coming from. I see their mindset. Men typically won't go with strong-minded other men unless they're confident in their endeavors, right? And Souls and Uncle Plug are military, so we're going to get along. We might not get along on certain subjects, but when we fellowship, we're going to laugh and giggle like we out in the field, or we're going to laugh and giggle like we're out going to the NCO club, or or having a barbecue after the 4th of July holiday. We're going to always have some kind of camaraderie, and I think that's great about your guys' circle, or I don't know what you call it, your tribe, or what you're trying to initiate here.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the realness is very difficult to push out for people, and creating avenues for regular people like myself to conversate with you. Like, that's like fanning out, you know. I'm a part of something bigger than myself, and I think that will help folks who are single, like you're having your single event somewhere in Georgia, I believe. Columbus,
in Columbus,
yeah. So I'm all for those kinds of being on tour. I love what you guys are doing, and hopefully you guys are going to become the superstars that I know you will.
Well, we appreciate that. And before you go, I have one more. Chanel said he gets turned off by certain things that come out of their mouth, like social media, worldly, surface level thinking, and clout. Would you agree?
I love Chanel. I watch her comments all the time, and I'm gonna say this: we are talking about looking at love, right?
Yeah, she was answering. She was answering Plug. I'm sorry, she was answering Plug, but you can still speak on it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But what Souls talked about, there's no such thing as love, right? Where he has some kind of thing about love. I'm similar. I believe there is love, but I think love is a condition you choose to be. If you want to be in a state of bliss, you will, especially. if you want to look at love as, hey, my actions speak louder than words kind of situation. It all depends on your mindset. Me personally, I don't use love when I'm on social media at all. Because if I'm on social media, it's business. No offense to anybody. This is something I do. I watch content a lot, you know what I mean? And I understand what a lot of people are doing. And I watch like those other guys that do that clout chasing or the rage baiting, right? Or trying to hook up with women on the internet and, you know, do all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to tell you like this. They were dweebs and nerds when I was in high school, and it still won't change.
I understand. Anything else you got for the chat before we get off here?
No, I'm glad you changed your mind in doing this. I think if you stick to this could be something huge for you. And I was waiting for those other dudes last night. Where are they at? Where are them other guys at? That was coming in there hard and hot and heavy. I want to hear those guys. Where they at? I'm calling you out. You better get up on here on the chat. We want to hear you talk to some soft rain. That's what I'm here for. I'm calling those. What was their names? Call them out. Call them out. You better call them out and say, hey, you better call me. You better call me. Calvin, yeah.
Calvin.
You know? Yeah, call. What was the other? No, the other guy was talking all that major stuff.
Too tight and be brand.
Yeah. Where they at?
Y'all so silly. I appreciate everybody though. I think.
No.
Look, Chanel calling them out.
They was way too nice, and you was smiling way too tight. I want to see them. I want to see them get up here and big game in front of the congregation, as souls would say. Bring them to the front.
Bring them to the front. All right. I appreciate you calling.
You're welcome, but darling, and wonderful show so far. And I'll be in the comments making faces.
All right. Thank you so much.
Silly ass.
Thank you. All right. Oh, goodness. And as he said, while he was talking, we are going to be live in person in Columbus, Georgia, my hometown, at the Hideaway Lounge. And we're on tour, our Singles and Soulmates tour. We're keeping up with that theme, and it's going to be a 90s edition. And if you go over to my bio on my channel and go over to the Raw,